in the country. Question number 1, honorable members, it was coming from Honorable Nakut Faith. She was asking what is hindering us to have the regulation operation already in Parliament and passed. If there is any problem by the minister, let the minister move the amendment and we move. Why is it delaying? We are also asking as parties why the regulations are delaying. Honorable Nobati Mao, I know you are following, why the regulations are not forthcoming. Present them and be passed. Honorable members, Honorable Kasaja George, this is Bulamoj, North West Patrick, was asking about lack of harmony and cooperation among Ugandans in working together to advance development. As a current chairperson of NCF, why haven't you advanced national dialogue for the good of the country? That's what we are advocating for. In our last meeting, it's a resolution, one of our resolutions, we are advocating for a national dialogue as political parties. And of course, it calls for funding, and it can be adopted by Parliament. You push, for us, we are ready as National Consultative Forum to lead the way. There was also a question about iPod. This was by Ulis Atuko Opio, MP Oyam. iPod provides equal share for iPod members, especially during the electoral year. But why is that NRM has been taking a lion's share during the last electoral year, yet the law says that there must be equal sharing of this money for all the political parties under iPod per the law. This question, you put it to Speaker, to the last 11th Parliament. We are still even advancing it today because this particular law is not fulfilled whenever we are going for elections. The law says for equal sharing in that last electoral year to the political parties that are within iPod. Honorable Chiwanda, this one is also from Professor Lubega George Wile, Bugangazi South, Kakumiro District. Failure to act against officials who openly switch elections results between candidates in primaries is still a very big challenge. And we need to observe this. Yes, the internal democracy of parties, if we don't observe internal democracy of parties, we are still going to face independence. We must observe internal democracy in our parties. Otherwise, the Bariayanga group, AJA, it will still continue hurting us. And we need to put a law. We've been advocating as parties, by the words Parliament, you must define who is an independent. That's where the problem is. Somebody is defeated then in primaries, the next day he registers an independent. Is that person independent? So there must be a law to describe who is an independent. It's still a big thorn. Who is an independent? We benchmarked in Kenya, and also in Kenya, for their law is that if an independent is somebody who has never participated in any political engagement for the last 6 months before general elections. So, but the ambiguity is that we've never defined who is an independent in our constitution. And it is you, Parliament. Now there are 66 members in the House, and everyone is saying, I'm independent, NRM, independent this, independent. And even we don't have that in the law, by the way. There is no independent nope. Independent is independent from even each other. I have noted that the 450 million shillings I was talking about, honorable members, Honorable Herbert Hunter, you were asking about this. The 450 million shillings is not for each political party, it's the whole organization of the 27 political parties. Because he was worried that if we encourage this, each one of us will go register a political party. And I want to tell you, it's not easy to register a political party. If you think it is easy, ask the right honorable leader of opposition. Ask because most members, why you see they even go for already registered political parties, because it is not easy to register a political party. So I don't think that Once we do this, everyone will wake up one day, you go, because you need 99 districts to sign for you. And the 99 signatures from every district with their NINI number. It's not easy to register a political party in Uganda. Actually, when you do a benchmark, I think in the East Africa, we have the lowest number of political parties in the region. Even in Rwanda has about 42 political parties. South Sudan, about 60. Uganda has the lowest. So it's not true that Uganda, we are so lenient. Actually, our law is so prohibitive for somebody to begin a political party. Where does the independent members of parliament fall within the context of inter-party system in Uganda? Political party, actually, ours is to advocate for everyone to belong to a political party. Wherever we see somebody independent, we point at ourselves that there is a weakness in the political parties. Either that person was mishandled in a political party or there was a problem. Because nobody would choose to stand as an independent if there is free and fair primaries in the political parties. That's what we believe. Okay. This one from my sister, Honorable Mole Kamukama, MP Kazo. It's perfect for support NCF as funding, but why can't we also expand the mandate for the forum to help the following? One, ensuring the parties in NCF participate in election, have elected leaders, a good number of them are briefcase and continue to be treated like that. Most of the parties are briefcase parties. You mention about them, you don't hear them during elections. So why should we fund such briefcase parties? It's good to have come with them and they're also listening. They should go out and canvass for votes. But also, look to their funding also. How do you expect somebody also to move? So, political parties, we need your ideology. People need to understand about you. Go out, and I always tell them, next time I need as many as possible to participate. Create a proper system for alternative dispute resolution, which should be effective, good. Have a think tank to work on their ideologies. A lot of them put forth operational issues as their ideologies, come up with positive or national, regional, and international interests. Political parties should be known of something. This is, what do you do? What are you advocating for? Is it about the environment, about farming? What are you? Honorable Mori is telling you, political parties. Be able to mobilize resources supervised by NCF. This will deepen multi-party politics. This is the advice to you, political party leaders, from Honorable More Kamukama. Honorable Chitio Patrick. Okay, this is MP Kapchorwa Municipality. What has NCF done to shift off the intended slow to the Constitution by few honorable MPs to stop the office of the leader of opposition in Parliament from being appointed by the leader of a majority opposition party in Parliament? What does the law say on the leadership of the political party, whose leader is either in exile or incarcerated or in detention? Anyway, first of all, as per the law, the leader of opposition is an opposition member. And that is the stand. Of course, the NCF has not addressed itself on the proposals. We want to hear them in the news about this. When it comes to us, we shall give our position. But our position is, as of now, as chairman, the leader of opposition must be opposition. And before you even explain who is an independent in Parliament, before you address that, you cannot say that a leader of opposition can be elected by independents, by what? Now independents are 66. What if they elect one of them? They even
members so we have agreed with Honorable Aja to just answer 4 questions, to allow us to go for our tea and then come back for the next session.
But some important.
Thank you very much. I'll try to summarize. Some of them are repetitive. Some of them, Honorable Chiwanda has
kind of touched them. There are so many, but I'll try to hurry. One, why are independent MPs not allowed to chair committees, at least to be vice chair? No, it is untrue. You are allowed to chair a committee. For example, in the 10th Parliament, the former Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Anita Among, was the vice chairperson, Kosase. The Speaker today, who was also independent, became the chairman of Rules. Fox Odoi, Honorable Fox Odoi was an independent. He was chairing the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee. So independents can chair. But this comes from the party whips who you will catch their eye and they will give you the opportunity to chair if you catch their eye. Because every independent is independent of the other. So it's about the party whips or the leaders of the leader of the opposition or whatever, but that's how it is. Do you think we are losing out on a vital role on bridging the role of independence today as many sign memorandum with parties? Yes, independents do sign with memorandum with parties because most independents come from certain political parties. It's normally the primaries that bring independence. When they become a sham elections, they start running here and there trying to see where to fall. And actually, we need to also bring it out. Maybe it's not at times necessary to go for these primaries. If at all they could allow us to all stand as party members, and then whoever wins the election, you all know that you are 5 and you are all NRM party, and then the final election, whoever wins becomes the flag bearer. I think that is much better. Because going for the primaries and you have to, the cheating and whatever comes in, you find it is quite hard. I, for one, I stood for primaries in 2011, and I was edged out, and I came as independent, I won. And 2016, I came back as independent, I won again. But I had my party that was in my head, which was NRM, and I'm back. Now I'm the NRM flag bearer, Kabarole municipality. I'm a member of parliament for Kabarole municipality on NRM ticket. This one of leaning on leaning on parties, yes, they do lean. It's kind of the same as what I had answered. Is it true that independents are not allowed to head committees? Same question that I answered first. Independents do lead committees. Why are independents who form the majority membership not given committees to chair? Same thing. It is coming back and forth. Where do you derive to ascertain that the speaker is the heap of independence? It's not anywhere in the rules, I must say. And you know, the leader of the rules of procedure of parliament is the speaker. So he or she has powers to decide on how you move. And when the speaker then, the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, said that I help in becoming the Dean of Independence, it was because her office was always full of independents trying to see how to move, and as far as committees were concerned, and as far as chairing them and being members of the committees were concerned, and other concerns of the constituency. So she said, now, Honorable Aja, you lead these people. Whatever they bring to you, you come alone and ask me, and we see how to move together. So that is how it happened. Otherwise, the speaker can decide that I no longer want to be the one to lead you because it's not in the rules of procedure that, it's not even constitutional that she's the one, or he or she is the one to be the Dean of Independence or lead the independence. And it all happens that, it all depends on how the speaker views it. This one is asking whether we can create a caucus. No, independents cannot create a caucus because each independent is independent of the other. I tried in the 10th Parliament. I brought in the Administration of Parliament Bill, and we were trying to see whether we could get into becoming a part of the commission. I can see our former chief whip now laughing at me. I was trying to see whether I could get to be on the commission. It didn't happen. We wanted to see whether we could get committees to chair without necessarily being given to us from the party whips, but it didn't happen because every independent is independent of the other. That's what they said. But if you could, you who is there, you could try it out and see whether it can happen. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know whether it can happen. But I tried it out, and the bill did not pass. It did not see the light of the day. This is the same. What should be made to come out of Parliament from as NRM member of Parliament, not to pronounce the position. I think this one is trying to ask me why I came to NRM as a member of Parliament. It was through the bad elections that we are passing through that I became independent. When it so happened that I went for the primaries and this time I won, I am NRM because this is the party I had always longed for to join. So I think that they are standing near me here. Let me try to run away and finish this.
Madam Chair,
do you see the advantage of staying independent in Parliament? Yes, you have some advantages as independents, but I have to say that indeed every independent is independent of the other. So it is not easy for you to maneuver.
Honorable Ajah, I request that we follow decorum and etiquette. We first go for breakfast, then we come back for the next session.
There's someone who's asking me that being dean, how do you maneuver to get to the dean? I think I've answered that. You become the dean if the speaker chooses you. It's not that it's an election or something. It also depends on what the speaker today might decide to have. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much to all our presenters for your wonderful wisdom, for your wonderful presentations that have been insightful. I know members are badly off. I think we need to go for a break. Let me invite the General Counsel.
And we have a working session.
Included the Luchiko in Buganda and Busoga, Orkurato in Bunyoro and Toro, then Eishenjero in Ankole.
The non-kingdom areas also had councils, even if they were not as organized as the ones cited above, and the most enduring proof of the existence of these councils are the various courts of arms formed
and legal reforms. Previously served as Secretary and Treasurer of the Executive Committee of FIDA, Advocate of the High Court, and a member of East African Law Society. Kindly, can we give her a round of applause to welcome her? Thank you so much, Honorable Chair, and I have the pleasure to invite you to lead us through this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, permit me to ride on the protocol that was already used by my colleague from Okono in the previous session. I noticed, though, that a number of the seats are empty. I am very hopeful that members are coming back quickly. I know we stayed longer than we were supposed to during the past session, but we need to catch up. So forgive me. I think we shall just go straight into this session. Before us, as the first presenter, we're going to have Honorable Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamu, Senior Presidential Advisor. And she's going to talk about whipping in parliaments, origin, roles, and functions. Dr. Canon Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamu is a distinguished Ugandan politician, legislator, and public administrator with over 3 decades of leadership and public service. She holds a Master of Arts in Conflict Studies, a Bachelor of Arts in Fine Art from Makerere University, and she currently serves as Senior Presidential Advisor Designate, having previously served as Minister of Energy and Mineral Development from 2021 to 2026. She also served as Government Chief Whip and represented Chiboga District as a woman member of Parliament from 1996 to 2021. Members mark those years. Her extensive ministerial experience includes serving as a Minister of State for Luwero Triangle, for Defense, for Microfinance, and for Fisheries. Dr. Nankabirwa was a delegate to the Uganda Constituent Assembly. That was 1994 to 1995, contributing to the country's constitutional development. Renowned for her expertise in parliamentary leadership and executive coordination, she brings a wealth of experience in legislative management, governance, and public policy. I guess, you know, when you hear of 1994, and she stopped in 2021 as an elected member, but she came back as an ex-official and was with us in the 11th Parliament as a Minister of Energy. I think we need to ask her how she was doing it, because we all want to stay behind, and yet we are seeing the attrition rate is so high. So can we give her a welcome that is befitting of someone who has been in Parliament for all these Visanjas? Come, ma'am, and deliver your paper on whipping in Parliament, origins, roles, and functions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. You forgot to tell us that I am a mother of 7. It is important because as we go through the presentation, you'll appreciate the challenges that members of Parliament have, including matrimonial obligations. So I'm a mother of 7, 3 girls and 4 boys, sharing the same father. Madam Chair, honorable members of Parliament, let me begin by congratulating you, sincerely congratulating you for having won your seats. I know what it means. I've gone through it a number of times. And I want to congratulate you for having been sworn in successfully. I want to thank the people of Uganda who entrusted you with this responsibility. And special congratulations go to the Right Honorable Speaker, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. And I want to thank you because you are the voters who voted those 2 people in their positions. Just to say that Parliament remains the cornerstone of Uganda's democracy in the national transformation. You are blessed to be part of the 12th Parliament. The objectives of my presentation are as follows. I expect members to understand the evolution of Parliament. You need to appreciate and know where the institute that you are serving in currently is coming from. At the end of my presentation, you'll have appreciated the origin and the purpose of parliamentary whipping. Beginning this session with empty chairs is an advantage to me as I present the role of whipping in Parliament. And if there was a whip, I would have expected the whips,
My Lord, what was remaining were basically about 5 statements.